Hey, it's getting real interesting where like the cops, police have always targeted rappers to a certain extent. And what I mean by a certain extent is that you guys are rich celebrities with a huge platform, and if you're, they want to catch you in the act. They want to catch you. Number one, they think you're help deteriorating society by promoting that image, right? So they don't like it already, but they also want to, make an example out of you. Now, sometimes it's hard for them to catch a rapper. You get me? If they raid someplace and there's 5 guns, everybody else but the rapper is gonna take, usually, unless you just have some weak ass niggas around you. Everybody's gonna be like, no, it's my guns. It's not his. It's mine, right? So it's hard to catch the rapper. So what do you see the feds are doing these days? They're using a RICO charge, which is easier because the guy with the money and the fame, it turns almost to like a crime syndicate. It turns to like the mob. It turns into like what the mafia is, where you're not gonna catch, like I'm pretty sure even with El Chapo, like you're not gonna catch motherfucking El Chapo like fucking, bagging up weed, right? Or bagging up coke or whatever the case is. Like he has a bunch of people who work for him, but he's the guy who leads. So we see the RICO charge being used when they can't prove the rapper shot nobody or the rapper got nobody killed, but they think the rapper is making a call, right? It's obviously was used on 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine was making certain calls. He was in a leadership position. They relied on him for money. RICO, okay? They can't prove 6ix9ine shot at nobody. 6ix9ine robbed nobody. You know what I mean? The closest thing they had was 6ix9ine filmed the robbery. Okay. So the RICO charge has been really useful for that. And I think the police in general they've been getting a lot more crafty trying to catch rappers. The new thing is we're going to start contextualizing your lyrics. Now, they did it before, like years ago. But these days, they're now starting to contextualize it differently, not as main evidence, right? So it's not like they're going to court with like, yo, look what he said in the song and he's guilty. No, they're just saying everything is circumstantial. I always bring up, and some of you guys might be a little bit young or you might not know the legal process. I'll give you this example, which is, my favorite artist of all time, Vybz Kartel. He's sitting in jail convicted of a murder charge basically on circumstantial evidence. Now, somebody died. They can't find the body. They don't know the murder weapon. They don't have either or. How could you convict somebody of murder without the body and without the murder weapon? By the way, Vybz Kartel's lawyers went to court to say, well, if y'all can't find a body, how do you know it was a murder? You get what I mean? If you can't find a person who died, how do you know he died? Maybe he just dipped. Maybe he ran away. Maybe, I don't know, he's in Jerusalem or something. Who knows? Essentially, they prove that the guy was murdered and was murdered essentially by the direction of Vybz Kartel because of circumstantial evidence. Now, granted, I am super biased in that case. That's my favorite artist of all time. I want him free. I look past certain stuff that, in a court of law, they're not going to. But circumstantial evidence was this. The last time they seen the motherfucker was when he went to your house. There was another witness who didn't see him get killed, but he was the last person who saw that nigga, and the nigga was with you. A bunch of other stuff, including they had like video footage that they took off his phone, and they were like, yo, well, y'all are talking about disposing of a body, even though y'all don't say it was his body. Like, we're just putting 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 together. We're going to get 10. And when you present all of that together, that's what got him convicted. That's why they're using lyrics now. No one's showing up to court, even with YSL. They're not saying, no, yo, Gunna said he bought somebody a Birkin, so he's guilty. No, they're not saying that. They're saying that, listen, if we can't get hard evidence that Gunna shot somebody, Gunna robbed somebody, or he did a drive-by, or a Young Thug, what we're going to do to get these motherfuckers off the street is, because obviously, if I'm a rich nigga, like, I wouldn't commit a crime. I would just pay somebody else to commit a crime, or I pay somebody else to pay somebody else to commit a crime. So how'd they get me, right? That's where all these things come in. So they're using lyrics to basically show that these guys are in organizations or gangs. They're using lyrics to show that this is the type of stuff that is congruent with their actions. So it kind of muddies the water, but it's getting into dangerous territory. You know what I mean? I think rappers have to start to be very careful. And also, you niggas think that because you don't have to pull a trigger, you could authorize hits. No, you're going to jail. This is the clear message. If you are rich If you are really successful and you think that because you have fall guys and other people you could tell to do shit, and you think you will always be protected because you know what? Even if somebody went to jail for 10, 20 years, you could give their family $150,000 a year, and you thinking, well, that nigga clapped a nigga for me and shit. I only got to take care of his family. I'm rich as fuck. Who cares? They're coming for the top guy. And that's why we're seeing Rico's being given out recently. And with the lyrics part of it is like, that's painting the picture. They're painting the picture of all these guys. Now, they're trying to do this weak-ass tactic with YoungBoy. And if it was a RICO charge, maybe. Like, maybe it would look a little bit better. But y'all didn't charge him of being the head of a criminal enterprise, at least yet. Y'all said that he had a gun. What the fuck? If I'm going to be a rapper, nigga, I'm going to always talk about I'm toting on the Draco. 223s, 556s, 762s, 308s. Like, nigga, I'm gonna be talking all type of shit. You know what I mean? That's just what being a rapper is. You know what I mean? So again, not because, you know, it's different than say like the YSL shit. If I rap about having a gun, that don't mean I had a gun when y'all ran up. What the hell? I'm shooting a music video. I'm painting art. Now, the thing with Gunna and Young Thug, I'm comparing to the YoungBoy case, but I'm just showing you the levels and depths. The reason why they're using lyrics and shit like that, they're like, yo, you're saying you're in the YSL record label, but all the lingo is gang lingo that you have taken outside of the music, tattoos. You communicate like this on social media. Okay, cool, you can say that's public, but you communicate like this privately. They're trying to paint a picture. This YoungBoy shit, unless the feds have something else that we don't know, and they might. Because I would say this, the feds don't like losing. And after that last piece of evidence with the SD card got thrown out, I would have thought they would have given YoungBoy a very favorable plea. 6 more months of house arrest and you good. And we'll reduce the charge. We'll dismiss the gun charge, but we'll reduce it to, I don't know, you being around other felons or some dumb shit. You get what I mean? Like, and again, what happens is when people say that 97% conviction rate, the feds still get a win. As long as they get a conviction, even if it's a downgrade, if it's a plea, they get a win. Right? YoungBoy at that point would be like, well, shit, I'm already just kicking it at the crib making music. If I gotta wait 6 more months and I'm good and I have no chance, because even though you might think it's a slam dunk case, you go to trial, things might again, I don't know if this is a jury trial. It might just be with the judge straight up. Things might, like, he's a celebrity. Things might bias the people. Like, think about it. If YoungBoy's gonna have a jury trial, say it's a bunch of squares. Even though the judge is gonna tell them, like, yo, don't look online about the case, they're gonna Google the case. Even though the judge is going to say, yo, whatever they found on the SD cards cannot be used, bro, the jurors are going to look at a bunch of pictures with YoungBoy with a gun on an SD card, or what seems like a gun. They might just vote and like give him guilty off of some shit that they seen outside the case. You know, it's a possibility. So I say that to say sometimes niggas could be innocent, or sometimes it's better just to take a really light slap on the wrist than go all the way. I used to think that with Tory. I used to say, yo, if they drop the aggravated assault with a deadly weapon charge and they give Tory a very light charge, even if Tory's completely innocent, if I'm him, I plead guilty. You know why? If they downgrade it enough, he won't face deportation, the biggest thing. Right? Secondly, he won't be looking at really any jail time at all. That's a W when you're going up against a court system. However, obviously for him, it's not in his best interest to take a plea just because his whole career is being judged by this situation. Tory just dropped a song, or he's about to drop a song with Mario. Mario is an R&B singer. And let me go in the shade room real quick. They're so mad. Look at this. They're upset. They're upset that Tory Lanez. So